we have bad news and good news.
The bad news is that the engine, unfortunately, is not on the boat yet.
Actually, here in the future, the engine is in place. So let's go back to this episode and we are gonna talk about this next week.
But the good news is, I'm gonna play with some Sikaflex today.
We always find something to do, and today we're gonna do a lot of things on our deck.
Yeah, we're gonna do something that we've been postponing for a long time. We're gonna start getting the boat ready to sail.
I'm Roberta.
And I'm Duca.
And together we are on the mission of bringing this sailboat that was neglected for over 22 years back to life.
So, don't forget to subscribe and to join us every Monday for a new episode. We need clutches, we need the Genoa track, so we're gonna install all these accessories on the deck in order to be able to sail as soon as we go to the water. We want to go to the water and set sail.
Yeah, so let's get started. The good thing about Spinlock is that they have all the projects online, so we don't need to measure where we need to put the screws. We just get the project.
That makes life a lot easier. Yeah, we're just doing like a center line of each clutch, and then I measure from the end of the clutch the distance from the end to the first screw, and then I have the measurement until the second screw, and I'm just doing a cross where we need to, drill each screw. I think it's gonna be perfect.
Hope so.
Yes. That's really thick. Yeah, this is the way all the clutches are installed here. We screw this huge plate in place, and then we screw each clutch to this.
But we did a modification. This is the original one, but we did a modification here.
The original one was just this size. We had this little tip, and the reason for that is because this is the regular size of clutch from Spinlock that we're gonna use for everything. But for the halyard, for the main, that's the special one. Isn't that huge? Yeah, for the main we're gonna have a bigger one that's, better, safer. So in between this plate and the boat we're gonna use black silicone. The reason for that is because we don't want to glue that with Sikaflex on the boat, otherwise if we need to take it out it would be really, really hard. So this is just gonna create a gasket in between the boat and the plate. In between the screws and the plate, we're gonna use Sikaflex so we don't get seasoned with time, because it's stainless steel with stainless steel, the threads sometimes lock in place, and if we use Sikaflex there, it's gonna be much easier to take out if we need. That's the idea, of course.
One less ticket before it's gone. One less summer before it's fall. Tune your strings and play your cards. Little words hit me like a game of darts. And you're beating on my drum, and you're beating on my door, running faster than my dreams, and I can't stop to breathe.
While Duke is finishing installing this clutch, I want to take this time to welcome aboard our new patrons for this week. So welcome aboard Friends and Robert. And we also want to thank Robert for the donation to our PayPal. Thanks so much.
That's it. I think we have all the clutches on the entire boat. I think it's like 12 or 13 clutches we have on the boat, and these 5 were the last ones. So here's the main halyard, the first reef on the main, the second reef on the main, the first Genoa furling, and the second Genoa furling.
Can't wait to use it.
I can't wait. Yeah. Now the only thing we still need to do is to wait for the silicone to dry, and we're gonna do a little quart of Sikaflex, so just the finishing around with Sikaflex to make sure the water won't stick in on the bottom of this. And other than that,
it's tied in place.
This is really, really strong. This plate is, I think we can lift the boat using this plate, I'm pretty sure.
Coming next. Do you know what this means?
This means that we're gonna get dirty today.
Yeah, painting time again.
Painting time. What are we gonna paint today?
The engine room.
Again?
Yeah.
Yeah, at first we applied epoxy paint to the engine room, and the reason why we apply epoxy is because epoxy is a paint that's really strong and gives a really good protection to the metal, but epoxy doesn't have
UV protection, and it's like a preparation for other paints.
the surface is not like shiny surface. It's like it's more like seems like more like a primer, like you said.
Yeah.
It's harder to clean. Polyurethane is much easier to clean. So we're gonna apply 2 coats of Perfection from International, just to make sure we have a really bright, smooth surface, easy to clean, easy to just put some water in and clean, and we have always a clean build. That's the idea. We're gonna take today and tomorrow to give 2 coats of paint to the engine room. You've seen us doing that many times before. Forget about us painting, just enjoy the music.
I've never known a love so steady. Even gold won't turn your tide. We flow together like an ocean, every low and every high. And I would have you any way, dear, any way your heart could bear.
So now I'm gonna bring back a friend that I met on my first week on the boatyard, I think. So here's my friend. I don't know if you guys recognize this. Do you recognize this? This is the Genoa Trek. Yeah, it's finally time to give a good clean and try to take the less screws, because back then I couldn't take all the screws off. We try all the methods we could imagine to take this screw off. Best chance. If we don't do it with this, I don't know how we're gonna do it. Good news, we can do it. So we have like, I don't know, maybe 10-15 screws stuck in place. But now that I convinced Roberta to buy a heat gun, I'm confident that's gonna work out. So let's try it. Mission accomplished. Thinking so hard. The last time we tried to do that was so tough.
More than
I
a
spent
year
like
ago.
a year ago, and I couldn't take this off.
Gonna try to clean these tracks.
Finally time to start assembling our deck. This is a really important piece. This is the Genoa Trek, and the way the Genoa Trek is installed on our boat is completely different than everything we have seen. We have one track on the top and another flat bar on the bottom. So basically you screw in between supports. We're gonna glue some rubber, because we need rubber to protect metal against metal. We have like 3 kinds of metal together, so we need rubber in between all of this.
Oh mama, mama, I went looking for a better place for down the road, a place that can give hope back to her lash. Already feels like it's 1,000 days. I was dragging in a haze, but I left a tiny part of me behind. For the time that I won't be here, it's gonna keep you safe from fear. For the time that I can't be around. Oh mama, waking in the lonely night, and all the friendly faces inside, and I'm surrounded only by my
first one is in play.
It's gonna keep you safe from fear. For all the time that I can't be around.
Ready?
Yep, this is step. I mean, we're not 100% ready, but it's a big step already. We have both tracks ready. We just need to have the screw now. Yeah, this is a simple thing, but for us it's a really complicated thing. In the city we found the screw that's long enough, that's the diameter is right, but the head won't go inside of this little hole, and the head on this track need to be flush, otherwise you're gonna have trouble with the Genoa cart whenever it moves. So now we're trying to find somewhere else and try to get them shipped to here, and it's probably like a special order, and these might not be this week. So we have other things we need to do. Now we're ready. Yeah, here's everything we need to install this. Another one of the projects that have been sitting for a long time inside of the boat. This is just the handrail right on the top of here. Right on the top of here. It's gonna be good when you're sailing, you have something to hold on. But first,
The time has come. It's finally time to install the Dorade boxes.
yoo-hoo! Check this out. Isn't this beautiful? This is a custom-made Dorade box. I mean, the bottom part we didn't have this part, and Reginaldo did a plug with the one we had and did this out of fiberglass. And it's just amazing.
Nice shirt.
Yeah, brand new one. Took me 3 years to get the shirt to this, point. Of course, there's always the dry fit. If you don't know what this is a Dorade box. And a Dorade box is basically a ventilation for the boat in a way that air can flow but no water can flow. And the way this works is that the air comes through here, or even the water will come through here, but it won't go anywhere. It needs to make this way and this way. So basically this way and this way in order to go inside of the boat. That means it will drain the water before going inside of the boat, and will just go there inside of the boat. Yeah, sometimes it might get some more, hopefully not, but we need to try. If we feel like it's not working properly, one day we just take this out and put just a cap.
And
But for
there is
now-
a plug that we can put here. When we bought the boat, the plug was in place, so it was blocked.
It's in place, but the screw, of course, is too long. Yeah, we knew this could happen. This screw is a little bit too long, but I'm not sure if we can find shorter ones. But at least now we can go down the boat and see if there is airflow. There's not much wind today, but we can feel something. Let's go inside, we're gonna feel something. Cheers!
Yeah. There you go. Not feeling much.
I can feel it. It's really good, it's working properly.
It seems that we found a solution.
Yep, a really simple solution. And actually I remember now, when I bought these screws, I thought about that. The problem is we couldn't find shorter screws. So the solution is to use 3 washers. For now, that's how it's gonna be. And we just need to take this out because I want to apply Sikaflex on the thread in order to hold in place to guarantee it's not gonna get loose.
What a beautiful piece.
Yeah, we've been holding on to install the Dorade box in place for a long time. Yeah, but there is a reason for that. What's the reason?
It's a beautiful and fragile piece, and we were afraid of breaking this because it breaks really easy.
Yeah, we are in the boat yard, so we bring materials on the boat, and we walk like quickly on the deck, and of course we're gonna do that in the future. But in the future, at least if we break, it's because we are using. It's not just like sitting here. And if you pay attention, many boats have only the bottom part because they already broke the top piece. This is
Our boat just had one.
yeah, our boat had all three
Oh, no,
bottom
we
parts.
don't have it.
No, not at all.
The bottom one.
Yeah, the top one actually a sister boat gave us as a gift just one top, and we sent to Reginaldo, and he did a mold and he built this from scratch from fiberglass. I believe it's really stronger now. It's a lot stronger, but you know, in order to keep it safe until we set sail, we decide not to install. There is a meaning on that. I don't know. There's two choices. We are either running out of things to do before we install the engine, or we believe we are setting sail soon, or maybe it's a mix of both. Yeah, I believe it's a mix of both. Next step.
While Duca is at Reginaldo's shop because tomorrow we are gonna paint the support for the engine, so today they are gonna get this ready for being painted. I'm gonna apply some Sikaflex. I'm gonna get Duca's place. Hello! I don't know how to do it at the back, babe. He caught me.
I knew you need me.
You caught me.
I arrived right on the correct time, you know?
Let's
Someone
do the
is-
back, babe.
You leave the kid alone for 1 hour and she's already playing around.
I was cleaning the boat and then I
Which bag?
decided I'll come back.
Good news,
Yes,
we're gonna paint the support for the engine tomorrow. And
I knew it, I told you.
And I already sandblasted the hot water tank support.
We're also gonna paint the hot water tank support that was not painted.
Why do you want to put this on the... Good?
Good enough.
While you do that, I'm gonna... Oh, I put it on my hair. Good.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Starting the day with Sikaflex.
Let's just start the day in a good way. So, we're gonna install today these handrails on both sides of the deck.
Finally.
Finally. Yeah. You know, we've been holding on all these things to do before we go to the water. Just to guarantee I won't, you know, I have these isolate from the steel, so when this moves, I won't crack the paint. That's the idea. That's it. Another step. Check. That's really strong. Yeah, so you can hold there, you can hold here. That's really important for a deck, because when you know you have waves and the deck's wet, you need place to hold, and also you can clip yourself here. This is really strong. For now, the Genoese track is gonna stay as it is. We could not get the screw in time, so basically the Genoese track is ready to be screwed in place, but not this week. But there is something else we can do because we have the screws for this project. Let's go to the cockpit. So that's the importance of the dry fit always. We realize that in a few places we need shorter screw, and if we do that with Sikaflex and then we screw. Screw. So basically we do the dry fit, we check if everything is working, and then we do the wet and dirt fit.
So we are gonna use this one and this one.
It's gonna work out.
We're too young to talk about forever, talk about the weather, to know any better. I just want to laugh until I can't breathe. Midnight moonlight dancing, never get enough sleep. Oh, the whole night through.
It's like a cake.
And we could and scream. We don't wanna grow old. We just wanna have fun. Wild and free, baby, we could dream farther than our eyes have ever seen. I don't wanna grow up. Baby, could we misbehave a bit more?
Well,
Do you
How
think
is
it's good enough?
I think it's good enough. It's not perfect. There's always some Sikaflex mistake, but so we're
It's
not that good, but not that bad.
seal. It's just seal. It's sealed.
Yeah, and the other thing is, when you do it, you think it's a mistake. 3 days later, you won't even remember. You won't even see anymore. So it's all good. But for today, we need to go have lunch because it's like 2 o'clock p.m. and we didn't have lunch yet.
3, I guess.
3?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I'm so hungry. So enjoy the image of what we done this week. All the kind of beautiful things we done this week.
And we can see a little bit of our boat because they are spread around the boat.
Yeah, enjoy.